The Dungeoneering Remaster is here, bringing in a wide set of updates to Daemonheim, increasing the gameplay balance rewards, including the skill of necromancy and archaeology, updated visuals, and brand new interfaces with a new way to train. Dungeoneering is one of my favorite skills in the game. I think it's one of the most underrated ones as well, and I wanted to check out to see how this update actually feels as a hardcore Dungeoneer enjoyer myself. I am by no means a pro, and you'll learn more about that later. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Eddie. I like playing a lot of RuneScape and seeing how far a regular guy can get in this 25-year-old MMORPG. So sit back, grab a Dungeoneering Juju potion, and let's get right into it. But first, before I go into Dungeoneering, it is a pretty complex skill, and let me get you up to speed on what the update actually had in store, and why we have to go ahead and do the hardest version of Daemonheim there is, hard mode Dungeoneering. The Dungeoneering Remaster went live, and it completely reshaped how Daemonheim felt. Tokens gained inside the dungeon were massively boosted. They scale up to 20% of the floor XP level, and early to mid-level players will also see hundreds to over 1,000% more tokens than before, making it easier to get those rewards in the shop. Then the reward shop overhaul added a ton of new items to unlock, including necromancy variants of Gravite, Chaotic, new occultist necklaces, Chaotic Grimoire, which is like a little baby Arathor's Grimoire, which is one of the best crit items in the game, especially for magic. They added retro cosmetics of the celestial armors, and also ferret pets are coming in with 3 colors, which are pretty expensive, but another chase item in the shop. And now, for me, the biggest chase item are the Tier 90 Ruinous weapons. These things are insane, offering a Tier 100 accuracy and a 12% damage boost to creatures of Daemonheim. These are Calgarian demons, frost dragons, Edemu, stalker creatures. These are all very high-level Slayer mobs that offer very unique rewards and are needed for endgame grinds like Ultimate Slayer, or if you need just a good weapon to break into the endgame. These can be purchased with tokens, around like 1 million tokens each, and also a new warped stone, the very first item dropped in Daemonheim that comes out of the dungeon. It's super cool. You get a little collection log pop up. It sounds awesome, and I'm very excited to see if we can end up finding one running these floors. Now, for me, since I'm going for Trim Completionist, one of the requirements for that is that I need to get all of the hard mode Daemonheim dungeons done. If you don't know what hard mode Daemonheim is, this is essentially when you finish all of the achievement diaries for Daemonheim, you are able to unlock hard mode. And the reason why it's so hard is because the monsters spawn in the dungeon at the highest possible levels, and the rooms are packed with monsters. Slayer monsters spawn far more often, including the floor gazers and the nightshade spiders, and then every single door is a guardian door, and you have to kill every single one of these monsters to be able to progress further in the dungeons. The skill nodes require a level 90 plus on the critical paths with the lead to the boss room, and with every single room having a monster, this means you're going to be taking a lot more damage. So of course Jagus decided, just cut the food drops. You're gonna get way less now. But now that you're up to speed on everything Dungeoneering, let's hop right into these hard mode floors to see if we can get lucky pulling a warp stone, as well as work towards that Trim Completionist cape, seeing how far we can push the account. Now, luckily for me, the clan was already doing some hard mode Dungeoneering, and I was able to cop an invite. I've done a couple hard mode floors in my time prior to this update, and that was like 5 years ago. So I actually haven't stepped foot inside of Daemonheim for years. I am a little bit rusty when it comes to the overall flow for how Dungeoneering goes, mostly because Dungeoneering is a very different type of playstyle for RuneScape. For me, it kind of feels like a roguelite. You go in, you kill things, you come out of the dungeon, you get cool items, you bring those new items into the next dungeon, so on and so forth, creating this snowball of new ways to get through the dungeon. Quicker, smoother, you get better recognizing puzzles, so on and so forth. It definitely feels like a progressive growth and is one of the most active ways to play RuneScape, in my opinion. It kind of feels like a small game inside of RuneScape itself, kind of like a mini game. One of the best parts about Dungeoneering, personally, is that you could do this in a group, up to 5 people. Now, I've always done a lot of my Dungeoneering floors solo, mostly because it's hard to find a group for these floors. It's not really popular, people play on their own schedules, so on and so forth. But when you're able to find a team of players that come here and do things together and go through this dungeon itself with each other, it's a lot better in my opinion. And also, it's even better, it's peak, when you're able to go into a voice chat and communicate that way. Yeah, I'm running out of food.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why I
gonna
was fishing.
Yeah, you're
Dude.
definitely gonna have to fish.
Oh my
Good
god,
fishing
these
XP in
shades
here.
are whipping my ass. Oh no! Yo! Whoa! I'm dead. I'm dead as fuck. Oh my god.
Attaboy.
Oh my god, bro. Dude. I love that though. I love some
I just died
danger.
too.
I love that. Oh, Picky's dead. Oh,
You go.
dude, you locked me in this fucking evil ass room.
And you can't get out until you kill them all.
Bro. Well, I'm gonna fish some stuff. By the way, copped a new fit. Got myself some Shadow Elite Dracolich, dude. Immaculate. Set me back like 2 billion gold, but it was well worth it because I've been waiting for a new outfit for a long time. It looks pretty clean. I'm pretty happy about it. And as well, this is a great time. If you're not subscribed, to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Helps a lot push the channel out. And if you're enjoying the video so far, thank you so much. Let's get right back into it. After playing Fruit Ninja with a couple blue crabs and leaving it for my teammates, we were able to keep it pushing through the dungeon and working towards that very first completion. And I've got to say, the Dungeoneering remake feels pretty good. The biggest thing that I noticed was with the skilling doors. So before, you weren't able to get through skilling doors unless you had the level requirement for them. It is now changed that now if you have a higher level in that skill, you'll have a higher chance to succeed on opening it on the first try. So if you have a level requirement that is like 100, level 100, and you're only level 90, you might fail a few times trying to opening that door, take a little bit of damage. But if you have the max level on any skill, for whatever skill that may be, agility, mining, construction, you're going to be able to get through that door a lot faster than your teammates that might be a little lower leveled.
Is everyone 120 as well?
Yeah.
I'm 200 mil.
Okay.
Okay, overachiever.
Yeah.
We said 120.
No.
Okay. I mean, 12 minutes is not bad.
Did we just do
No.
12 minutes?
That was 12
Yeah.
Yeah, we
minutes.
found the boss really quick that time, though.
was
That's
good.
why.
Doing Dungeoneering for a while, you learn a couple tips and tricks, and let me give you one of my favorites. In the Frozen Floors, there's this one boss called, I think, like the Ice Fiend. What he does is essentially put himself in a big old little ice container, and then he starts dropping little ice missiles. Thing is, though, those ice missiles deal a lot of damage. They're just completely rain down on you. But the thing is, they won't actually kill you. They'll get you down to exactly 1 HP. So if you time it correctly, you can eat a food, soul split, anything to negate this damage and not die. Because if you end up dying, you lose a percentage of your XP from the floor. And it keeps stacking up the more times you die. So doing a flawless floor is the best way to maximize how much XP you'll get per Dungeoneering floor. And the lower you go, the more XP you go, and the more weighty those deaths will be.
Die.
This boss
Oh,
should
shit,
terrify me.
Run.
And then you learn, like, it doesn't actually kill you.
Oh my god, it killed me.
Oh.
And Brett, look! Brett's like barely alive. I cannot believe you said that and then you died.
Easily one of the biggest pains in the ass when it comes to doing Dungeoneering has to be the puzzles, specifically ferret puzzles. So what happens with this room, right? You have to catch fish, then you cook those fish, then you sled a dick-shaped fish across the room, and then the ferret follows this fish onto a pressure pad, unlocking the room. The thing with the update is that they're supposed to make these ferrets smarter and make the tracking for them a lot easier.
Oh, can't do it either.
Where is
huh?
he? Oh, he's right there. This is a dumb puzzle. What? No, brother.
Oh my god. Eddie, really?
Hey, no way.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're better than me. Okay, I don't need this many tries, dude. Gave me double the amount of fish.
That was great.
Dumbass rat. Oh, and then it's a dead
Oh
end.
no, don't do
And
it.
then it's a fucking dead end. Dude. Oh, there's a key in here. It's a key in here. Worth it.
We needed the key.
Oh, yeah, we need the key. I'm just escorting you, dude. I'm making sure you're safe. Fuck, I'm getting gassed. I'm
Good
getting
job.
gassed. I'm getting gassed. I'm getting gassed.
Eddie, where are you?
I'm in bumfuck nowhere, brother. I don't know where I am. Dungeoneering actually has some pretty sick items. There is the Shadowsick Hood, which hides you from humanoid monsters inside of the dungeon, allowing you to control how many monsters you're engaging with at a time. There's the Hex Hunter Bow that deals 12% added damage towards magic creatures, which is huge because Daemonheim is filled with mage-based creatures. And then there is also the blood necklace that heals you periodically as you continue through the dungeon, dealing damage to these rooms. All of these items are super important for anybody picking up dungeoneering, and you should keep an eye out for them. These are very unique items that were introduced with the skill itself, and it is essential when you are going through the dungeon to keep an eye out for Edamu, Nightshade, and Soul Gazers for a chance for any of these items. And you can also keepsake them. So like if you have a keepsake token from the shop, you can end up using this on one of these mega rares and use it as a cosmetic and take it outside of Daemonheim. Just use the keepsake key inside of Daemonheim, and then you'll be able to put the item in the box that way. It's actually how I was able to get a full set of the Sagittarius armor on top of my own blood necklace, which took me like 8 hours to find. These things are not easy to get. Surely someone makes a plugin once the API releases. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what people end up doing. I think they'll be able to do a lot of stuff with the API plugin. I'm curious. I don't mind things like that. Like I'm very, very excited to see what we end up getting. Whoa! Shadow Silk Hood! This is one of the rares. Anyone need Shadow Silk Hood? Yo! Anybody need some head? Crazy, dude. Yeah, this thing hides you from the other mobs, which is really good to see. Nice. That's cool. I did not know Dungeon had rare items. It does. So Dungeoneering has the blood necklace, boots, certain boots, different it has different boots, shields, weapons, armor. It has a lot of unique items that look really cool, and you'll never find them anywhere else. So I really like them. The Soul Gazer drops the Hex Hunter bow. All of the bosses. Look at that! It's no way. Yeah, this is so, dude. There's no fucking way. Yeah, it drops a Hex Hunter bow, so that's really good too. That's the best weapon inside of Dungeoneering as well. That's crazy, dude. If no one wants it, I might keepsake it. I don't know. It's nice and simple. I don't think it's bad. It's tradable because people need a... Dungeoneering was never a profitable skill. It is a tremendously good skill for your overall player progression. Has a lot of really good unlocks: Charming Imp, Automatic Charms, Bone Crusher, Dragon Horn Necklace, all that stuff. Very good upgrades. But it never had a money-making method that was in Dungeoneering. And I like that the Warp Storm provides that level of chase. But it needs some more stuff at the lower levels. Because there's nothing for lower level players at the moment. Because the Warp Stone is a pretty high requirement. 60k tokens is not bad. And 305 XP? Nice, dude. There was kind of something cool about Dungeoneering was... if you were the team leader, you were the shot caller. At least when I was doing it before, and it kind of is the same way. Because then it's just kind of like, hey, I need you to move this here, move the gates on there. It helps clear the floor a lot more when you communicate with your team. And I really like that. But I think when we're in a team with people that kind of have the same idea of like what we should be doing, it goes smoother when you don't have to communicate those things. But the fact that you can communicate them is nice. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, man. Got a lot of good progress here with this one. Pretty fast time to 11-minute hard mode floor is kind of nutty, y'all. Good shit. Thank you very much for the floors. Thank you, gentlemen and lady, whatever, whomever, maybe what. Yo, Buds. Thanks for your first time chat, my friend. Welcome in. Yo, man, old school player here. Love your videos. Got me to try Iron Man on old school. Hell yeah. On RS3. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, Buds. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do our speed run attempt. We're gonna try and do our placements for our speed run attempts. So let's take a look at this. So I have it pulled up right here. To complete these floors, the criteria is this. You have to complete an abandoned floor within 12 minutes. Requirements is 1 by 1, meaning solo. Party size. Difficulty is going to be high complexity. It's a large dungeon. It needs to be fully explored. Every single bonus room, every single guardian room, all those things completed. And so you got to do these for every single one. And then you get the title of Dungeon Master if you're able to complete every single version of this. When this is I actually really, really like how this title looks. And I think there's only a handful of people that have gotten it. But yeah, Golden Dungeon Master is if you get all the tier 3 completions done. So, or you can get bronze, silver, or gold. That's what you can get for completing all of these. I think that's pretty sick. I'm a D&D nerd, so I'll fuck with that heavy. That's kind of cool, dude. But who knows? We'll see. It's tough, though. Looking up on the Reddit, everybody says this is like damn near impossible. It's like Grandmaster level achievements for skilling, which I'm gonna be honest, dude. I fuck with that. That's heavy. It's just a title thing. It's not required for comp. The only thing required from dungeoneering when it comes to comp stuff is trim requirements, and that's unlocking all the stuff in a reward shop. Doing my very first attempt at trying to get the speedrun done, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is really, really hard. There is so many tips and tricks that I found out after doing this run of how I can make my speed a lot faster. Aerial loot for keys, using the lock melters from Invention to be able to get through these certain doors faster and skip puzzle rooms. Moving and shooting throughout the room so that you have a guardian door. You're able to just land at the door once you've killed them. There's so many small things. Also knowing like which path actually leads to the boss, where to drop a gate stone. All these things compound into a quicker floor completion, and I was not it. This is extremely difficult. I am completely out of my comfort zone, and I did try a few more attempts after this to try and get a little better, but this, it just was not in the cards for me. Anybody doing these speed runs for dungeoneering and doing it fast, kudos to you. This is really hard, and this will probably be something that I put on the back burner to try and get to, but not gonna lie, it was pretty fun to try and see how much better I could get at getting these floor completion times down, because it is satisfying. You do notice your actual skill level going up, the skill expression going up, but it is really hard, especially because every single dungeon is different, randomized. You have to keep track of like where everything is. It has gotten a lot better with the quality of life from the remaster, but my god, it is not for the faint of heart. Oh my god. Hey, 259,000 XP though, 51 Tokis though too. Rank 1,019, 1319, dude. Wow. All right. Well, that's a newfound respect for how hard this is, because I genuinely thought I had an idea of what I was doing, but I clearly don't, because I don't know how these guys are being able to pull times like that. They're getting 6-minute solos, bro. 6-minute solos is insane. That's good though. Good solid challenge. I don't mind. I don't want things to be easy. Like, I don't mind a good challenge, dude. Make it hard. I want it hard. It needs to be hard for it to be a very meaningful interaction. Because if you make these challenges too easy, no one's gonna want to do them, and then it's gonna lose that meaning, right? So you need difficulty. You need some kind of friction. Now, I did test out and get some Ruinous weapons, and these are the Ruinous crossbows. Again, they have tier 100 accuracy with tier 90 damage and deal extra damage to Daemonheim creatures. One of the best ones, for example, would be the Frost Dragons. These guys are incredibly good to farm out because of their Frost Dragon bones being around 18 to 19k at the time of recording, and you can farm these out pretty easily. So if you need a way to make some easy money with the Warp Stones only being about 50 million GP each right now and requiring 1 million tokens to be able to buy the weapons themselves, these are actually pretty great. Honestly, these are really solid budget weapons. Accuracy is probably the most important stat in the game because it directly affects how much damage you deal to a target. Most monsters in the game, including Harmon the Katra, a Masket, Solak, they all have really high defense. Having the highest possible accuracy maximizes your damage, so if you end up getting tier 90 Ruinous weapons for a staff, the Necro weapons, or you get some ranged weapons like for the crossbows, you'll still be doing respectable damage and being able to output as much as you can at the time. It's a really good baby stepping way to get into high level PVM, and honestly, because they're augmentable, they're not really dead on arrival, and when you start working towards Slayer grinds later down the road, these will make great weapons for them, and they can go from your main weapons off as secondaries. Overall, I think they're really cool. They look sick as fuck. They feel good to use, and I really like the design they went with. I'm going to try and get myself a Ruinous staff as an override and maybe keep it for a Slayer alternative, but so far, I'm really impressed with it. They did a really good job with it, and hey, same thing with the overall dungeoneering experience. I had a ton of fun, really excited to get back into it, and I think that going for the speed times in the future will be a really fun experience. Maybe I'll make a little episode for it after I get some teaching and get the iron rusted off. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the dungeoneering. If it is a skill or if it's a mini game, I'm kind of leaning towards that's a little bit of both. It's an odd argument that's like 9 years old, but thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!